What is going on, guys? Rated Designs here, back again with another tutorial. Before we start this, like the shit out of this video. I've been going through some tough, shall I say, struggles with YouTube, because YouTube's just been freezing views. It's a pain. We can't wait for it to actually be fixed. So help me out, like it, comment on it, get this video out there. But my last background tutorials got an amazing response, so I really want to do a really good background tutorial for you guys here. So this is going to be the partner and non-partner background tutorial. Basically, I'm going to do the text and focus on beginning beginning your background on in this part, and then the next part I will actually do a two-part. I will do the starting of a partner background and the non-partner background tutorial in the next one. So I'll figure out how to do that, but this one is just going to be very basic. So what you want to do is first you're going to want to open up, in my graphics pack I have two templates. I have the partner background template and I have the regular non-partner channel template. Now both of these, of course, I customize them to the way I like them. You guys can do whatever you guys want. But what we're going to do is of course, after you guys have this open, we're going to go into our Cinema 4D. We're going to close out Photoshop. Don't even, or well, not close, but click on our Cinema 4D. Worry about that. Now, for a lot of people lately, they've been seeing my backgrounds. I'm going to show you a really good example. Let me go into YouTube real quick and show you guys. It's on Obey Aqua's BG, and it's a style that I've really liked using lately. It's this, the Throwsy cracked text. And it's just a beautiful background. Makes it, it just makes it very clean, very not too overdone. I've been seeing a lot of backgrounds lately that have been overdone. If you like that style, go for it. But this is just how I make it, of course. I will put, for instance, if Skins and all those guys out there that are Throwsy maniacs, and a few of those other guys with backgrounds, Louie. If you guys make a background tutorial, send it on in as a video response, because I want other people to learn different backgrounds. So this is just my style. So here you go. You're gonna start with your text. So we'll just start with some basic. We'll just put rated, of course. With this type of background, font really doesn't really matter. I mean, I make sure that you do choose a pretty good font for, just period. I mean, you don't want to choose a really bad one and then just have to go through the whole mess of redoing it. So this one I'm just going to do something very simple. Bank Gothic. Oh, sorry. Switch the horizontal spacing, which makes it, the spacing in between a lot smaller. And we're just going to make this around 300 depth. Now, of course, anybody who's watched my text tutorials and my Throwsy tutorials, you guys can kind of just eyeball this, of course. And what we're actually going to do with this one is I'm going to do an engraved one. So people who have not watched the engraved text tutorial, listen on up. We're going to do, when you go into your fillet caps, your top fillet cap, which is your start, you're going to want to make the radius about 3 or 2. Actually, we'll do about 2. And then your end 1, and you're going to switch the fillet type to engraved. And what that does is, I'll do a quick render for you guys. Gives it just a little cool outline. Louis does it a different way. I don't know how Skins does it either. Like I said, I want them to throw some backgrounds at me. Of course, some tutorials, and or maybe a speed art or two. I'll throw them in the responses, and guys, definitely check them out. But yeah, this is basically what it does. Gives it a nice outline. So yeah, so what we're going to do is with a glow, if you want to do a nice glow in the inner side, we're going to do a nice material right here. You guys can download my new material pack. I'm going to put it out in a video later, so wait up for that. But it's just a nice gray. It's a 48, RGB 48, reflection 2%, Fresnel. Pretty basic. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to Plugins, Throwsy. We're going to break it into about 30 pieces and hit break now. Now it should take a few minutes, of course, not minutes, but a minute or two, and it's just going to break all the text into 30 pieces, each letter. And after you have that, of course, check this all off. Go to MoGraph Effector Random, and we're going to go into about 10. Now then, people always ask, how do you get that inner glow? So in your cutouts, okay, because there's X amount of cutouts, of course, it creates new materials. There's going to be this material on the far left, the last one that's made. You want to click on that, and you can make it whatever color. So in this case, we will do a nice bright green. Just in this case, I mean, it doesn't really matter. So we're going to click on luminance, of course, get it to nice green again, kind of the same type of green. Just eyeball it. It's about good right there. And we're going to switch the luminance down to about 15% and go to reflection. Go to about 7. And right click on your material, and you can go down to object soft shadow, brings it into that. And then you're just going to go into a glow. And you're just switch the outer strength to 100. Now I'm not even going to render this, I'm just going to render it for you guys right here as we set up on the background. I'm just going to render this bad boy out. So, of course, we're rendering our text out, and as we get started on this background, now here's what you guys all want to see. Now, we're going to start with the partner background. Partner background, zoom in to about 100%. Go into our background, create a new layer, and we're going to get our brush. Now our brush, we're going to go, so if we're making a green background, of course you guys know I love green. We're just going to go into my brushes, so of course, you know, my brushes take forever to load because of how many I have. So if you guys get bored watching, I'm very sorry about that, but they freeze all the time. It's a pain in the butt. It's just, I have so many brushes. It's crazy, but I use most of them. All the ones you see in here I will use, not all for the same thing, shall I say, but yeah. You're going to go into a nice soft brush, 754 pixels, just like my last one. You're going to go into this nice green, and you're just going to want to try to center it and just give it that nice green, like as you guys can see. Now, switch the opacity down to about 35. Merge it down to the background layer. Now what that does is it creates this whole, as you guys can see, this banding lines and stuff like that, this gradient banding that everybody hates, and they're always asking me, Rated, how do you get rid of that? Well, I go to Filter, Filter Gallery, Brush Strokes, and then you go into Spatter. Now what you want to do is your spray radius, look, if you see 120, it gets very noisy. And then if you go down to 1, it doesn't do anything. Now 7 usually is about good. If you see a little bit of the dots, it's fine. Smoothness, you want to keep all the way down to 1. You just hit OK. Oh, sorry about that. As you guys can see, it makes this nice, blended look to it. So looks pretty cool. Well, actually on the YouTube video you might not be able to see it very well, but whatever. But anyways, after that, usually I bring in my scan lines. Now, I think you can find these in my pack in the exclusive stuff folder, and you just drag them on in. Oh, I'm gonna go into this, and I don't really use the scan lines throughout the whole background, shall I say, like top to bottom. I like to keep it in one select area. I don't like overusing it. It just makes the background look very dirty. Sorry if just how I am. I don't really know how to explain it. Just how I've made since I was, I don't know, just since I've started. I just have always, I didn't like the scan lines throughout the whole background, so I just kind of erased the bottom part of it. Just up to you guys. If you guys like it like that, go for it. But this is, like I said, how I do it. I don't expect you guys to copy it 100%, but if you guys want to, go for it. Switch it to overlay, 25%, and it's going to give that, of course, that nice scan line effect. Now we're going to check out my text. The text is almost rendered out, almost done. And what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the same process with the non-partner channel. And we're just going to, you know, instead of doing it up top because you don't have a banner, we're going to do it on the sides. So I usually do about there. You just line it up. You know, find two things that you can compare it to. And then there. And then I switch to about 40%. Merge down to the background. And you do the same process. Filter gallery. And spatter. Okay. Now what that does is, of course, is, you know, it does this stuff. But then we're going to bring our scan lines in. Now for non-partner backgrounds, I really don't care how it looks for, you know, throughout the whole background. You guys can choose on this one. I don't really care. I do it because it's like my, you know, it's how I've been doing backgrounds forever. But, you know, it doesn't bother me when I see my non-partner. It's just, you know, the partner backgrounds, it almost becomes too much. So, yeah, just, you know, pretty cool stuff. Anyways, switch it to about overlay 25%, and that is the start of our backgrounds. And we can exit out of here. We can just click on in to the text. Text is almost done rendering, as you guys can see. These tags, I mean, especially when you're using Lightroom, I'm using with my render settings and all these different things. It's just a pain to go through all this stuff. So if you guys, you know, patience is the biggest virtue. But while I have this moment, wanted to say for 20K subscribers, I'm going to be doing a humongous graphics pack. And I'm not saying, you know, graphics pack like, you know, that's, you know, everybody has already stuff. This is going to be stuff that no one has. I mean, I really want, you know, to thank you guys for 20K subscribers. I mean, I know I'm only at almost 17K, and I mean that's still 3K away. But you know, whenever I hit it, I will gladly give a humongous graphics pack out for you guys for being humongous and unbelievable subscribers. You know, so of course, that's what I want to do. So here we go. Text is rendered, and we're going to move the text into the partner background. Okay. Now, we're going to move it into the partner template. Here's the layer style I use on it, guys. Very simple. I like to make it, you know, center of everything. Gradient overlay. Switch it to overlay. Keep it to black or black and white. Scroll it down a little bit. Drop shadow. 0, 30, 20, 35%. And that is exactly what I do. And then it's pretty much identical to the channel temp, or just the regular channel background. Oop, I got a tweet, but no, yeah, it's pretty identical. Maybe, you know, smaller or bigger text because, you know, it's got to be readable. Switch it to 180 degrees, overlay, hold it down, drop shadow, 0, 30, whoop, 20, 35, and hit OK. Now, this is where I cut you guys off. I am very sorry about that, but I know you're getting into the background, or starting into actually doing it, and that's where I cut it off. But the most important part is done. You guys got the text out of the way, you got the layer style, perfect. Now, next episode. So for next episode, I'd like to do around 200 likes for it. You know, that'd be amazing. I'm going to give you a next episode, regardless, but let's just try to get 200-300 likes on this video. And let's try to get this video up to around 10K views, too. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Part 2 will be coming in the next few days. And of course, I know you guys are going to love that. And leave comments on what you guys think. Any tutorial suggestions, speed art stuff that you'd like to see, just let me know. Like the shit out of this video like usual. Check out my t-shirt shop and follow my dribble. It's amazing. Thank you to whoever gave me that invite on Twitter. It was amazing. But yeah, follow it up. I'm going to be posting on that all the time. Same thing with t-shirts. I'm selling those bad boys all the time. I'm actually designing t-shirts for people that actually pay me to. So any of you guys who are interested in t-shirts, check these out. I make them. They're not just going to say rated on it, but they have some cool sayings on it. So thought any of you guys dubstep fans and future fans are going to like some of the t-shirts I make. So yeah, definitely check it out. I'm Rated Designs, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and hope you enjoy. Deuces.